Yo, what's going on? Let me put this in presentation mode. What's going on with y'all, man? It's the Prince, and I'm back again with the six-figure streetwear brand mental frameworks to help you go from 0 to 100K. This is the blueprint that I use to go from a person that was literally selling clothes from a car, you know what I'm saying, and nobody in the world knew who I was, to years later doing hundreds and thousands of dollars with my brand. And this is very simple mental frameworks that you guys, I just want to give a perspective and help you guys out because there's a lot of struggling brand owners out there, and I do not want any single one of you guys that's watching this to be one of them. So let's get into it. First thing I ask you to do is take out your fucking notepads. This will be the only video you need to watch to go from 0 to $10,000 a month on the minimum. I promise you. Also, as well, I just put this right here on the notepad, but up here, assume that you already know your audience. You know what I mean? But let's get into it. So, you guys don't know who I am. I go by the Prince Machiavelli. My real name is Chris. I've been in the game for 8, 9 years. Actually, May 22nd was 9 years of Lord knows, which is crazy because this picture in the middle, that was just 4 years ago in year 5. But over the years, I've had so many peaks and valleys, and that's why I make these type of videos to help you guys out for whoever's going through this or somebody that's about to go through this. As you guys can see right here, this is a photo of me on like year 2 or year 3 at a concert. A lot of people, they were demanding for my jacket. That jacket that's the actual jacket that like changed the whole trajectory of my whole entire life for the better. You know what I mean? So shout out to that Uzi bomber jacket. And that's what I want for you guys. I want people having their arms out in the air for your product. You know what I'm saying? When you guys do the drops online and the demand is there, and you guys just get an overstanding and an understanding of what it takes to really be a brand owner and how to go from 0 to $10,000 every single month. So with that being said, I need you guys to start thinking in 2 mental frameworks daily. So the first question that you should be asking yourself on every activity that you're doing running a brand is this: will this get me more customers? It is a simple yes or no. And the second thing that you need to ask yourself: would this create a lifetime value? Would this create the lifetime value worth more on what I'm doing? So it's basically marketing, and then we have sales. And then that leads me down to my third question. Let me put myself right here real quick. So then that'll lead me over to my third question: how would this create the likelihood that these two doesn't stop at all? Because without marketing, we're not getting those sales, right? So every activity that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, a lot of people think that they're doing productive work when it comes to their logo and optimizing their website and adding pink on the side and adding blue. None of that shit matters. I promise you. You need to ask yourself, if the hamster wheel has already started running for your brand, will this get me more customers? Or will this create the lifetime value worth more on the long end with the customer that I'm serving to? And the main question is, how can we create the likelihood that these two things don't stop at all? And that's exactly what we're about to get into in this video. So this is my first framework or second framework that I normally do after the first one, which is what, who, and how. So obviously, let me put myself up here. So obviously, a lot of us is trying to figure out how can we get to a six-figure brand, right? Well, first is we need to come over to the left and look at the what. So there's a lot of what you should do and what you need to do. So we need to break everything down from marketing, sales, production, and design. I obviously put it in green, yellow, orange, and red, from the most important down to the least important. A lot of people that come in on this, or let me take myself back, y'all. A lot of people that come into this game, they try to put their designs before everything, and they think that the world is supposed to buy their cool little design or their cool little concept or whatever it may be on their first shirt, or even if it's their 10th shirt, and they don't put in no marketing efforts because they think that the design is supposed to take care of the marketing efforts, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. For a perfect example, me. If I don't have good marketing, I'm not getting no sales. And if I'm not getting no sales, there's no production line. And if there's no production line, all those dope design and ideologies that I had, that shit is all for nothing. You feel me? So what you need to do is write down on a piece of paper right now, basically what, who, and how. The how is very simple. It should be a very simple question. How can we get to a six-figure brand with my clothing brand right now? Or how can I get to $10,000 a month? Well, what should and what needs to be needed out of me and other people, right? So then once we break everything down in those four pillars, and there should be micro things that you need to be doing: TikTok organic, setting up my IG ad, connecting the pixel to my website with the sales, the production line, the manufacturers need to be in place, the tech packs, all these other stuff, the collections, when it comes to design, all these different things, right? That's the what. Now, obviously, you can't do it all on your own. You need to look at yourself almost like Michael Jordan on Space Jam. If I'm looking at all the monsters right now, no matter how good I am, I will not win. So you need to go find the who that's going to walk with you on that path to taking your brand from zero to hero or zero to six figures. And that's the who in the middle. So now, once you start seeing the who's that can start substituting the things that you're not good at doing, that's when everything is going to become a whole lot easier with your brand. So, for a perfect example, when we go back to the what, on these three out of four pillars, you suck at doing. Now, I know that some of you may be great at design and stuff like that, but you need to sit here. When you look at everybody from business to personal brands, from the Andrew Tates to the Sneakos to the Me to the Supremes to the FTPs to the Menace LAs to the Hypelands, whoever you looking up to or look or see daily, they are very, very, very good marketers. The sales, the production, the design, they probably more than likely suck at those things. And that's who you need to go find the who to go help you out with. So now that's taking a bunch of real estate back of your time and energy and money. So you don't got to figure out how to do everything. All you need to figure out is who can do it with you to get to the how, which is the six-figure mark, a whole lot quicker. Now that leads me over to here. I'm gonna put myself in the middle. So now let's just say you found something that started working for you. You put a t-shirt out in the marketplace. A lot of people, what they do is they put themselves down here and be like, oh, well, I only hit the first base or center field with this new item that I have. When the number one thing that every single person listening to this needs to do is that you need to create more, and then make it better, 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 better. And then once it's better, then you're going back and producing more. And then once you reach the six-figure mark or the $10,000 mark, whatever it is, once you reach that, then you allow yourself to bring in something new. But in the meantime, all you should be doing is bouncing this back and forth like a pinball machine, right? So, perfect example. Let's just say I went viral with my clothing brand. I don't need to find some new funnel and new designs and new this. No, if there's a demand there for the product, I need to produce more, and then I'm going to make it better, better, better. The quality, the content that we create in, the lookbooks and everything like that. And then I'm going to restock and then make more, and then make it better, 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 more. And then I'm going to go look at the how, which was how can we get to six figures? That's obviously the objective goal. And then once I hit the six-figure mark, that's when I'm going to create new, test. If there's a demand there, we're creating more, better, 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 going back and forth again, right? And then that's the continuous cycle of getting your brand the quickest to zero to 10,000 or zero to six figures within a calendar year with your brand. Don't be like those people and you're testing out 50, 100 different products. Now, you will test that out on the long run, right? But I'm just saying you need to throw spaghetti at the wall. Once you found something that sticks, whether if it's your content on TikTok or IG, not just only that, once you found a product that is sticking as well with that content, all you got to do is create more, just more output, more output. You're going to get feedback from the sales and everything like that. Make the product better, make the content better, right? Make everything better, and then just keep producing more. Because the design, or not the design, but the product, which is the commodity, the t-shirt, the hoodie, or the hat, whatever it may be, it's already proven because a lot of people are buying it, and then the content that you put in behind the product, it's already selling. So just produce more, right? You don't need to worry about, oh, well, I need to make a new design or this, that, and the third. No, don't make a new design until that goal is reached, right? Once this framework is done, now we're going to move over to the next one. So this brings me down right here. So this is just a note to self. Always remember that you will always get free stuff. Always, my fault, y'all. You want to always get free stuff for faster opt-ins, right? So perfect example, like me, even though I'm not running my brand right now, even though that I'm helping out a lot of brand owners, one thing that I do to get hella opt-ins is I have a free course, right? So when people sign up for the course, obviously it's a no-brainer. You have a clothing brand around the world or want to start a brand, of course I'm going to sign up for the free course, right? So now you just opted in. Now I got your emails. Now I got your address, right? Or not address, but email and phone number. So once TikTok or any of this stuff shuts down, right? Now I got that data forever. It's almost like when Barnes and Nobles was buying out Borders back in the day. They wasn't buying the books; they was buying the data. So always remember that. So you always want to get free stuff to get faster opt-ins, so then you can even sell to those people on the back end when you're doing new drops and the hype releases and everything like that coming up. So another second thing that's a note to self, that if you're obsessed with the product, you will get the compounding, right? So a lot of people, they don't really care about their product like that. A lot of people, they care about the marketing, but then they miss the product, right? Or they care about the marketing and then they just don't care about the marketing, or they care about the product or they don't care about the marketing. It's like a little vice versa game. But with me, and this is just from my observation, seeing a lot of people come and go in this game, if you're obsessed with the product, you will get the compounding. And the only way that we can be so obsessed with the product is giving our customer that $100,000 experience. Now, you're probably wondering, like, what the hell is a $100,000 experience? And what I mean is, if you were selling a T-shirt for $5, and if I sat here and gave you $100,000 for that shirt, how would you deliver it to me? How would you deliver it? Would it be postcards, custom bagging, better quality, custom notes, extra accessories, extra items? How would you deliver that to me to make it feel like I got my $100,000 worth on that t-shirt? That's how you need to be doing it now with all of your products, right? Because once you obsessed with the product and the experience that you giving to somebody, that's when the compounding comes, and that's when the word of mouth marketing starts coming from your customers. Hey, bro, that Lord knows brand, bro. Look what they doing over here. Woo, woo, woo. And then you win the game. You know what I'm saying? And then this is a third thing that's just a note to self, that the lifetime value is over everything. You know what I mean? Like, you always want to deliver and always want to keep giving to those people. But the only way that we can have actual longevity with our customer is by giving them that $100,000 experience, what I was just like talking about. So this is me right here. So this is just two things that are very simple, but I want to add in here that you always have to remember that learning is the same condition, but with a new behavior, right? And intelligence is the rate of learning, which either is fast or whether if it's slow. So as you guys can see right here, this is me at my lower self. I don't know why I want to post it in here because I'm still a brand owner in these two, but I just shifted my identity, with just new behavior patterns and everything like that. As y'all can see, that's me with the Hennessy bottle, wilding out when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? But then same condition, you know what I'm saying? Same office at this time and everything. But I had a new behavior, you know what I'm saying? Putting myself in that six-figure brand owner identity, the seven-figure brand owner identity. Because a lot of people, they take action every single day when action is the lowest thing on the pyramid when it comes to changing your whole entire life. When it comes to changing your life, the number one thing you got to shift is your identity. So if you're struggling right now with your clothing brand, or you wondering why you haven't got there, well, you got to remember that the results that you get in is nothing but a reflection and a byproduct of who you are. Nobody else. This external world is your reality. Nobody else's, because I can be a millionaire right next to you and I see the world completely different than you or a homeless person, right? So you always got to remember that even though that you in the same condition that you might be in the hood or whatever it might be, trying to run a brand or at the day job struggling, you need to shift your behavior and shift your identity and start thinking and moving from the place of a 6 or 7 figure brand owner, because then the actions that come with that is going to be a non-negotiable, right? But a lot of people, it's almost like on New Year's, right? They go get on the treadmill and like they ready, and then the first 2 months, now they back to their old self. But the thing is, they never learned, right? Because they still have the same condition, but still the same behavior patterns, right? But people that truly learn, whether if it's reading a book or things like that, and shifting your identity, it's the same condition, but a new behavior pattern. And that's one thing that's critical for all of you guys. Because if all you guys want to get from 0 to 10, you got to move in that frequency as if you're already making $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month or whatever the case may be. So now you must be wondering, well, Chris, what the hell do I do with my day to day, right? What is my to do list? And I don't really believe in to do lists because that sounds like a slave trade thing. Like, to do. I have to do this. No, I have a thing that these are the must, because a must sounds a whole lot better and it sounds a whole lot more of a non-negotiable. So as you guys can see right here on this T chart, that the first thing, and obviously I have them in green, yellow, orange, and red from the most important down to the least important, and I'm gonna break these down to you. So when it comes to the must-do list, right, we have the first thing, and that is what is going to move the needle. What is the thing that is that you don't want to do, but you know that you have to do? And for a majority of you guys, that's either ads, that's either innovation, that's either marketing. It's one of those three things. So what is the thing that I have to do knowing that I don't really want to do it, and my brain is trying to trick me out of position, but I know I have to do it. And I don't. And this is my weekly as well. This is my weekly to do list. Or I was about to. You see me right there? Y'all see that? I was about to say to do list, but this is my weekly must do list. Right? It isn't by day. So I don't move at all. I don't care if this takes me till Friday. I don't focus on none of this stuff until the lot of impact, right? The moving the needle stuff is done. Then I move over to the follow-ups, right? And the follow-ups is basically me and my meetings, either if it's with my lawyer, my accountant, my assistant, you know what I'm saying? I'm following up all the meetings that I have, whether if it's collaborations with other brands and stuff like that. And then once I have that all done, right? Then I'll go down to the delegated jobs. And basically the delegated jobs for my team is I have a production manager, I have a designer, operation, warehouse, email, SMS, media buyer, stuff like that. So I have them all listed out and I give them everything that needs to get done within the week. Now, remind you, I'm paying them, so they ass is working too, but we all a family, but they working as well. And then right here I have like the fire crossed out. So a lot of people, they worry about putting out the fire task every single day, but those aren't the important things, like, oh, changing the color on my website, or oh, changing the logo on my YouTube channel, oh, changing the logo on my Instagram account and stuff like that. And they wonder why they have so many micro things, but they're not moving the needle with their clothing brand, right? So I just cross that stuff out completely. Like when it comes to cleaning up the office and all this other stuff, I do not worry about none of that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? So just to break it down to y'all, how I do my weekly must do list as a brand owner, I start off with the non-negotiables, the things that are moving the needle. And for me, even right now, like even me being in the service of helping out other clothing brand owners, that can be 15 YouTube videos, 100 TikToks, Stripe account stuff, whatever it may be, like that heavy, heavy, heavy stuff. That might be a lot to a lot of people. It might be a lot to a lot of people, but for me, it's a whole lot easier. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just going into it. I'm not resisting it. I'm just getting the job done. Then I worry about my follow-ups, which is like my meetings and all of my Zoom meetings and stuff like that. Then I got my delegated jobs, everything that needs to get done within the business, and then that's when I'm giving to my team. And all the micro tasks and all that horse shit, I just completely just cross that out and don't worry about it at all, because it's not moving the needle for anybody. So, like I said at the beginning of this, you need to ask yourself, will this get me more customers? So, the only way that you're going to get more customers is by one of these four things. And like I said, I'm going from the green to the red, from the most important down to the least important. So, when it comes down to this, it goes content, right? And then once we have our content on lock and bringing in this organic ads, bringing in organic sales and stuff like that, then that's when we move over to ads. Now, everybody wants to turn on ads right away. The only way that ads will be profitable is if you're already doing $3,000 to $6,000 a month organically in sales. Because if nobody's buying your brand organically, then why would they buy it when they see ads on it, right? It doesn't make sense, right? If there's no product market fit, then why would you turn on ads on something that the market just simply does not want, right? But then from there, we can do like warm outreach, and my warm outreach is like emails and SMS and stuff like that. And then this is if push comes to shove and things just get super ugly for you. Then I have what we call it is like cold outreach, and that's where you're going to like competitors' pages and you're trying to do like bots and all this like grimy shit on trying to get like their customers, and they're not converting how you want to. And that's like the least of the least task, or the least of the or the worst way that you can get like customers. And then right here we got obviously like leverage, right? So then there's 4 ways that we can leverage other people to go get more sales with our clothing brand and bring more customers through the door. So the first one for me is influencers, right? So let's just say if I'm in a black skateboarding niche, right? I need to go find the top black skateboarders that identify with my brand identity, get them behind my brand any kind of way, so then I can leverage their audience. And then when they see that person wearing my stuff, then it all makes sense because it's all cohesive and we all won. Once I got influencers, now I'm moving over to content distribution. This is how Andrew Tate and everybody, Sneeko and everybody like that blew up. And the way that I'm doing that, dang. In the way, my fault, guys. In the way that I did, the way that I do my content distribution is basically I'm gonna have like all of my video TikToks, and all I'm gonna do is just go have a bunch of theme pages related to my actual clothing brand page, and then I'm leveraging all those other pages to go get more eyeballs and to bring in and generate even more traffic and potentially more sales with my brand. And then once I done handle that on the content distribution, now I'm moving down to the agencies. So basically, if I'm sick of running ads, or if I don't have like a media buyer or somebody that can run ads for me, I'm gonna go to a trustworthy agency, and they can leverage their skill set into my brand to make things easier. And the worst of the worst for me when it comes to running a brand is affiliate marketing. I don't know why it just does not work good with streetwear brands, and that's like if you're desperate on just having giving a discount code to your audience and then having them go push out their brand for you to hopefully bring in more sales. I see that type of stuff working with like drop shipping, but I don't really see that working with like a clothing brand. But that's just me. So those are the 8 ways that you can get customers. But the first 4 is by yourself, and the other 4 is with leveraging other people. So this is obviously a photo of a batch of orders in 2015 from me. So you will be on your way to making $10,000 a month with your brand. I promise you. This is when I literally went from like my childhood room trying to figure out everything at 23, 24 years old. And by the time I was like 24, no, like 25 ish, that's when everything started clicking for me. And I use these exact frameworks my whole entire journey on being a brand owner. This made everything a whole lot easier for me. And as you guys can see right there, like that's like 60, 70 orders. And it happened so quick for me. You know what I mean? It's just crazy when you have like product market fit. You just produce more. Don't worry about the new. Go back and forth, make the quality better, make the lookbooks better, the content better, go back, produce more and more and more. The product's already proven in the marketplace. And then once you reach that goal, then that's when you start bringing in new concepts and new products and new systems and things like that with your guys' brand. So, with that being said, you guys, if you guys like this video, please give me a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. My brain is fried right now. I've been going straight for 22 minutes. But yeah, there's a lot of struggling brand owners out there. I don't want to see you guys one of them. A lot of people ask me all the time, why do you do this? Why do you give out all of these frameworks? And why do you help people out and stuff like that? And my whole thing, just like what I said, it's a lot of struggling brand owners out there. And for the person that's going through this or that's about to go through this, I kind of want them to get their perspective on how to shape their reality and how to shape their mindset on coming into this game, because a lot of people come into this game, they're looking to be fulfilled, they end up on an empty chase and they end up getting nowhere, and it just leads them down this dark deep road, and then they end up getting nowhere. And I want all of you guys to see orders like this and even more. And with that being said, man, I love every single one of y'all, and Machiavelli is out. Peace.